Hello everyone and welcome back to our course. In this lecture, we're going to get started here in Google Colab and we're going to start coding out our project. The first step of building our project is going to be to create our first Spark session. So first we have to install PySpark. Here in Google Colab, our online Python editor, we can install PySpark by accessing the terminal. So we're going to open a new code cell and use an exclamation mark to reference the terminal, and any line that we type after an exclamation mark is going to be treated like a console command. So I'm going to use pip install to install PySpark. All right, and I'm going to run that code cell, and we will see that we're going to be installing PySpark right into this file. And after it's installed, we'll then be able to access it throughout the whole Colab. All right. After we have installed PySpark, we then have to import it, so we can do that right away. We can import PySpark, and really we only need to import the SQL module from it because that is where we can get access to a Spark session. So we're going to import PySpark.sql, and then from PySpark.sql, we can access any of its sub-modules or its classes. So in our case, from PySpark.sql, we need to import a Spark session. So this is the class Spark session that allows us to create a new Spark session. Awesome. Okay, now we've finished installing PySpark, so we get the message successfully installed PySpark. If you don't get a message successfully installed, then that means you ran into some issue, and just search up the issue online on a search engine or at Stack Overflow, and you should be able to find the solution to any problem. All right, so then we have to import Spark session. And once it's imported, we can then start using Spark session to create a new Spark app. I'm going to do just that. I'm going to call Spark session and use its builder and use the function app name. This is going to allow you to set your app name. We are going to call this, let's call this our first app. Okay, and then we're going to append the function get or create. This is going to either get the app if it already exists, or it's going to create it if it doesn't already exist. And we're going to store the result of this app in a variable Spark. So that way we can access all of its functions and different properties. If I run this second code cell now, it's going to import PySpark.sql followed by Spark session. Then it's going to get or create for me a new Spark app. And I can test if it got the value of the Spark app by printing out the value of Spark. Look at that. We get the result of a Spark session, version 3, master local, app name, first app. Awesome. That verifies that we have been able to successfully create a new Spark app. Okay, great. And just like that, we've launched a new Spark session. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to find data online and then upload it here into this Colab as a CSV file. So that way we'll have data to work with. Join me in the next lecture where we will continue our project.